Hello my peeps, welcome back. And those that are new, welcome into my channel. I am Gina and this is Sparkly's 26. I won a Nekkid Baby from Gemstone Orphanage, and what it was is this gorgeous tiger's eye. Look at that. Watch it. Ooh-wee, isn't that pretty? Ooh, that's so pretty. Love it. Let's see it. Here we go. Up close. It just shimmers and shines and glistens. And same as these. These do the same thing. So, anyway, I have just a small amount of beads. So instead of just piling them all off onto one string and then putting chain, I put chain in between each of these little sections. So it kind of spreads out your necklace and makes it a little longer. So I have a Y necklace here I'm going to work on. As you see, I already got one side done. That's one side. And it's 9 1/4 inches. So that'll be 9 1/4 inches. So it'll be 9 1/2 plus the clasp and the jump ring. So figure it's going to be a 19-inch necklace. 19, 20 inch. What is it? 9 1/2. 9 1/2 is 18 is 19. It'll be a 20-inch necklace. And then we've got this Y down here. So what I do is I load everything up onto my wire. Oh, first, hang on. I gotta get a stop bead because otherwise my beads, when I load them, they like to just keep going and keep going and keep going down this spool. And then I gotta search for my beads. So I'll start with this side here, and we'll work on this side. This is Gemstone Orphanage. They had an auction, and this came from a picture Jasper I won. It was very pretty. And then this came with it. All these tiger's eye beads. So I'm like, oh, and look at that pearl shell. See how it shines, and it's so pretty. And of course the crystal, we can't forget the crystal. Love crystals. All right, I get these. So anyway, instead of doing a regular chain, I snipped off. Oh, hang on here. These seed beads, sometimes they're just easier to grab down on the floor, on the ground, on the mat. There we go. Another crystal. There we go. Whoops. These are 8/0 seed beads. So they're a little bit bigger than the 11/0s. I think they're the next size up. 8/0s, 11/0s. Now I assume there's some 10/0s, but I've never heard of them and I've never used them. So, okay, I got everything loaded. I guess I don't know. Yeah. Now, I'm going to measure. That's about a 1/2 inch. I think that's about a 1/2 inch. And I'm going to bend it over my nail and abuse my nail today. And I'm going to get it in here, make sure you can't feel it, and start rolling. One more little squeeze. There we go. And there's that. Oh, and here are my chain links. a 1/2 inch. 5, there's only 5 little lengths here. That's it. Off a Rolo chain. And then now I'm going to slide up the beads along in this section. Right here, we're going to bend it. And then I'm going to use my double flush cutters, cutting off the wire. And cut off about a 1/2 inch. And let it go. And then we're going to roll it. I think this one might be too big. No, it was not. Nice. All right. There we go. Looks like a piece of candy. Just like that. And we're just going to keep going. So I'm going to bend this. And then we're going to roll it. And then we're going to bring up our pieces, which are just these 3 little pieces. And that is not centered. Gotta snip some of that off. Did it go there? It's not. Doesn't want to go to the wire. Go to the wire. There we go. Now we're going to bend this one. And then we're going to clip it off with our double flush cutters. About a 1/2 inch. Snip. Roll it back. Make sure you can't feel it on the back side here. That's what I'm doing with this finger. And then roll. Roll, roll, roll. Oh, open up. And then I think it might be a touch too big. Let's snip that off and make it pretty. Yeah. I'm going to snip a little bit of that off. And we're going to re-roll it. There we go. Oh, that's got to be... I didn't do that one so good. All that space in there. It's got all that space in there. It's got all that space in there. Don't like it. Other ones don't have that space. So, we're going to snip that off. I think I'm just going to, how am I going to do this? I'm going to bend this back. And we're going to roll it back, forward. Ta-da. There we go. Another piece of candy. Much better. I like that. Much better. All right, let's do our next one. We're going to, I don't know, measure about 1/2 inch and bend it. And then we're going to roll it. Grab a hold of it. The wire is twisting on me, so we got to manhandle it just a little bit. And we're going to roll that back. Roll it back. Oh, what kind of wire am I using, you say? I am using German style wire. Beading German style. German style means the temper on it is a little bit firmer than your regular 20 gauge. But this is, I think it's 20 gauge. Yep, 20 gauge right there it says. So that is what I'm working with. And we're going to slide. Gosh darn it. No wonder. Don't know how that happened, but it did. We gotta snip this off and start over on this one because here's our other bead that belongs to it. So double flush cutters because we're cutting off the wire. So I had a little bit of waste today, just a little bit. So we're gonna put these back on. I don't know, you know, I did this lickety split. Turn on the video and here we go. The problems occur. What? I don't know if it's because I'm just relaxed and I'm designing and taking my time. Well, I'm taking my time now. It's like I'm just sitting here talking to you guys as I do this. Something tells me that there we go. Just like that. And now we're going to run these up. You know what I did? When I went to the other side, hang on. I don't like that. There. When I went to the other side to bend it, I think I lost my bead and I didn't notice. That's what happened. That's what happened. That's okay. We can just keep going. We'll just fix it. Everything's fixable. Snip. And then we're going to roll this back. I've been babysitting for my son. And it's been part-time. I just got to be there an hour or two. Not very long. So I go over there because it's easier because the baby has everything there. And then now he wants me to be a permanent babysitter. I'm like, okay. You know, I'm willing to help my son out any way I can. And so I'm like, well, maybe instead of me coming over there every single week, maybe we can go switch off weeks. 1 week he can bring the kids to me. That way I'm not rushing out of the house. And then the next week, grab all my beads. Gotta make sure I get all my beads. And then the next week, I can go over there. So then, I forgot where I was. But anyway, I'd go over there so that way he's not rushed getting out of the house. So instead of one person being rushed every single week, every single day, I'm going to offer, let's do every other week. That way, you know, the 21st, I'm going to have an injection in my back, so I can't drive. So if I finish out babysitting this week, and next week he brings them over to me, then the following week I'll be going over there. And then on the 21st, he will bring in the kids over to me. So it works out perfectly. Works out perfectly. So I'm going to offer that to him tonight. I'm 58 years old. And I'm like, I just feel like I'm too old to be. What they did is they have a 11-year-old child. I have an 11-year-old grandson that is self-sufficient. He can get his own juice. He can, you know, get his own cup now and pour his own juice, which juice around here is just Crystal Light. So it ain't juice. It's Crystal Light flavored water. Sip. And now he has a baby brother. Waylon is 5 months old. So he's a lot of work. Gotta change him, gotta keep his diaper dry, make sure he doesn't get any owies, and that kind of stuff, and change his clothes if he gets all wet because he spits up a lot. Oh boy. Play with him. I play with him the whole time I'm with him. It's like, I don't think I'm supposed to be hanging on to him the whole time So yesterday I finally decided, I think this one's just a touch too long. So last night I just like, well, I'll put him in his little thingy here that he'll have his bottle. And then I left him in there and I just played with him from there. I just got him his toys. These colorful toys that he grabs and he stuffs in his mouth. Everything goes in his mouth. And then when I have a hold of him, he grabs a hold of my hair. And then he likes playing with my hair. I'm like, ow! He just looks at me like, what's that mean? I enjoy my grandkids. I do. I really do. It's just the responsibility part of it is a lot, I think, but he needs somebody, so here I am. Her mom is in rehab for, she broke her hip? I think she broke her hip. So she has to be able to walk before she can go home. That don't look right, does it? Oops. Manhandle it just a little too hard. And we're going to snap this down. Bring that down. There. Alrighty. Is that it? I got one of these. Where's the other one? Oh, still on here. We're not finished yet. I'm gabbing. Oh, you guys ever seen that show? Oh, what is it now? Hang on, I'm trying to get this right now. I want to get this. There we go. Straighten it up. I'm going to bring these beads up. Zip. Bring these beads up. That went through, so I don't like that. Let's go close that up. It's called Get In, Get Rich, and Get Out. Beat the... Oh, what is it? I don't know. But anyway, there's one person's the gabber and the other person's the grabber. And they have to go in, and one person that gabs has to earn a bunch of seconds for his or her partner to go in and grab as much merchandise as you can and rack up as much money as you can. I watch it. It's fun. Beat the cage. That's what it's called, because every time it's like, beat the cage. And then they turn it on, get everything going, and they run in. And oh my gosh, it's fun. Sometimes they don't get out. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they just trip over themselves because they're working so hard, so fast. Okay, now let's get these in order. This goes here, then this. And then this goes here. This. So we do this. I got those backwards over on the other side. Right there. Right there. Huh? All right, that works. Okay, let's start connecting. I'm going to open up one end, attach my chain, and then we're going to close it up. And then we're going to go to the other side. Open this side, slip on a chain, and close it up. And we go into this one over here, open it up, slip on our chain, close it up, and then we're going to go to this one, go to this side, put on the chain first, gotta have the chain, oh, got it on the wrong one, thought I had it on the end, now my bead's getting in there, here we go, close it up. Now, this one, open this side, and then we're gonna slip this one on, slip the chain on, and close it up. Whoop. And this side, open it up, and another chain, and close it up. I like to use the big loops because things get kinked up with those little tiny loops, so I like to make my loops bigger. A lot of them, they'll make them so tiny. I'm like, how do you unkink them when they're so tiny? I don't know, but I use this is the way I like to do it, because if I was wearing this necklace, which I just might, I absolutely love tiger's eye, I wouldn't want it be getting all kinked up while I'm wearing it, and then I gotta try and shake it out somehow and unkink it, and I've had that problem, so I'm like, I'm just gonna make my loops bigger. Just seems like the most obvious thing to do for me. Everybody's different. Like I said, everybody does everything just a little bit different. They find their own niche, and that's what works for them. And that's fine. Everybody has their own, like me with the making the loops with the open up the jump rings with these flush cutters and my bent nose. I feel like I have the most control over hanging on to them and closing everything up. I think they close up really nice because I got that control with these. They're nice and big and flat, and they can get right in there and close it up. Okay, our last one. This one. So for this one so far. There we go. Close that side up. And we'll open this side. And we got our last little chain for this side. Whoops, I was right the first time. Sometimes you close it up so good you can't see which side to open it. That's a good thing. Alrighty, that is the last of that. Here is our necklace. Look at how long it makes that. It just makes it really long. It spreads out just that little bit of chain makes, it's like an inch in there with these other loops. Nice, very nice. All right, this is our center part right here. Now we have this part down here, our Y part. So I'm going to add the beads onto the wire. Get all of them on there. I like doing it this way because I don't waste so much wire by snipping off. Well, I think I need this much. And you overdo it, or you underdo it, and then you gotta recut it, cut more. It's like, you know what? I just think I'm going to work off the spool and see how that works out for me. Oh, this does not belong. This is gonna go with a head pin. Alrighty, I got all of them right here. Alright, I'm gonna bend the 1/2 inch, and we're going to roll. Roll, 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 check, and go. So I'm rolling it the way I can't see. And it turned out just fine. So there's this part. And then we have this part. And then we're going to snip off the wire with our double flush cutters. I'm way over here, not even in view. Bonehead. Okay. Gotta keep talking. Gotta keep you guys interested. Gotta keep you guys here. And then, you know, if you're like me, you just kind of fast forward to the end. It's like, yeah, okay, I got the gist of how you made that. Okay, next video. I get bored probably because I know what I'm doing now, where I don't spend so much time watching the videos. I just look to see what they're doing. Okay, we got one more. One more. And roll, roll, and roll it around so it meets. And bring up our wires, or our beads. And then we're going to roll, kink it back. And we're going to snip it off with our double flush cutters. And snip. There we go. That one's done. We are done with the wire. And roll, check, go. There we go. There's that one. Okay. Now this one goes in here and hangs on to that middle chain link. Open up. There we go. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and I want it on the bottom side. Make sure you put it on the right side of the chain. You don't want to just grab it and just slip it on, because sometimes you put it on the back side. Now it wants to rest up here instead of hang down that way. So here we go. Close that up. Got another chain over here. Open this up and add the chain. Close it up. And then we're going to open up this. Should do it up here so you guys can see what I'm doing. Slip on the chain and close it up. And twink, twink, twink. There we go. We have our Y necklace, but we want to add this beauty. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. Just look at it. Just look at it. So pretty. All right. Let's get over that and get busy. I need a head pin, and I would like a fancy head pin. So let's go out here where the fancy ones are. Let's do see. You don't have to buy these. Watch. I'll get a regular head pin. Let's do a regular head pin. Just for funsie. just for funsie. Well, these are ball head pins, but I'll still do the same thing. So, straighten this one out because these are really, really small. You can take, well, I have a ball at the end of this, but you can take, go like this and get a, let's see, let's do this size right here. We'll do this one just for funsie. We're just going to throw this one on. I got, with my glasses, I gotta see. I can't see. I have, I did that LASIK surgery in 2003, and then I'm taking off my glasses so I can see. But to see up close, it gets blurry, so I have to have cheaters. And right now, I am after a spacer bead. Let me. I just want one. It don't matter what one. Just need one. You're gonna take a ball, a little daisy spacer bead, which that is. Slip that on, and you get like the same thing. Where am I? Here. See? Kind of like the same thing. Just depends on what kind of spacer bead you use and what kind of design you have. So you can buy them like this, or you can just make your own. So, but I'm going to be lazy. I got this one. I'm just going to slip this one on. See? Pretty. And then we're going to have a ball at the top. Gorgeous. And this, ooh, it's nice and strong. So I get to make a simple loop. I think this is a little too long, so I'm going to snip off a little bit. Right about, I think there. There we go. We're going to bend this right at my nail. Turn it, and we're going to roll it. Get it in there. Check the back side, and go. Oh, that's my watch telling me to get off my butt. Okay, now let's close this up. Close it up. And then we're going to open it back up. We're going to slide it on the side. And we're going to have a chain. Slip on the chain. And close that back up nice and snug. I want it nice and snug. I got to push in. This is a really firm. There we go. There we go. And now we're going to open this one. This side. And slip on the chain. And we have up here, stuff out of the way, and a jump ring for each side. So my jump rings, I use my bent nose. And I put the opening to the top. This is an oval jump ring. Just like a round jump ring, you're going to put the opening to the top. Take my, I use these. I always use my flat nose. And I leave this side alone. And I just use this side to do all the work. So I'm going to just tweak. All you got to do is tweak it open. Slip on this chain. And the lobster claw clasp. I almost lost it. Hang on, and close. Beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful. Just like that. Open. Says me. And then we're going to drop that chain right on there. Ta-da! And close it up. I don't know, should we do an extension? I don't know if we need to do an extension or not. But here, okay, let's get all the tools out of the way. I used all my tools in my bin except for the crimpers. And my little caddy, I have a little caddy here, holds all my, what's that? Oh, holds all my tools. Here is the beautiful necklace we just made. So let me see if I can get it so it looks nice and pretty. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Aw, love it. Love it, love it, love it. So when you have just a small amount of beads, just use a little bit of chain. That's all it took. And then your wire. And here you have a beautiful wide necklace. Gorgeous. You know what I'm thinking? These are going to be up in the back of the neck. I might want to make it longer. I just might want to make it longer. Alright, well that's the end of this video anyway. If you like this video, please hit subscribe and ring that little bell. Because then we'll be back here, we'll make something new together whenever I come on. And then if you don't want to subscribe, hit the like button. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Check out my Etsy shop. Until next time, happy beading.